Welcome to a crucial discussion about a silent crisis impacting countless lives, the struggle faced by stroke support organizations. Stroke support organizations are the backbone of recovery for many stroke survivors. They provide the links to essential services, resources, and a community of hope for individuals and families navigating life after a stroke. What many not connected to stroke don't realize is that after the hospital and rehab stay ends, survivors are often left with little to no guidance on how to rebuild their lives. That's where stroke support organizations, SSOs, come in. Small, community-based nonprofits that offer peer groups, caregiver support, education, and a lifeline of hope in a long climb back up after stroke. But here's the problem. SSOs are struggling to survive and have no lifeline. There are an estimated 500 to 700 SSOs across the U.S., most of them run by survivors and caregivers themselves. They operate on shoestring budgets, relying on volunteers, small donations, or the occasional grant. Too many are one funding crisis away from falling down and closing. Their role is vital. They help survivors regain independence, cope with challenges, and rebuild their lives. However, these invaluable organizations are currently facing an unprecedented crisis. They are struggling to keep their doors open and continue their vital work. The primary challenge is funding. Many organizations are experiencing significant shortfalls, leading to reduced services and even closures. This also impacts their ability to attract and retain the necessary resources, like trained staff and vital equipment. The direct consequence of this crisis is felt most acutely by stroke survivors and their families. Their access to critical support systems is diminishing. Reduced funding means fewer rehabilitation programs, less access to counseling, and a lack of educational resources that are crucial for recovery and preventing secondary strokes. That's why we want you to learn about how KNowStroke is launching a national survey of SSOs to better understand their services, funding challenges, and barriers to support these organizations face. The results will provide hard data on what survivors and caregivers already know. These organizations are essential, but they are underfunded and undervalued. We cannot stand by while these essential organizations falter. It's time for us to act and provide the support they desperately need. The American Heart and American Stroke Association has invested heavily in awareness campaigns, prevention, and hospital-based programs. But when it comes to directly funding grassroots stroke survivor support organizations, the picture is far less transparent. Millions of dollars are spent nationally, but only a fraction reaches local SSOs, leaving survivors to fall through the cracks. Every individual stroke support organization can make a difference. Complete this survey of your stroke support organization's needs and help us understand the services and impact of your volunteer group. The results of this survey will help us advocate for increased attention and need for funding and awareness for the challenging and vital work you do to help stroke survivors and their families. We know this effort is a hard climb each day, and we thank you for the great work you do. Sustained funding and dedicated volunteers are not just helpful. They are critical for the long-term viability of these organizations and for the well-being of stroke survivors. Let's ensure these organizations' needs are met so they can continue to provide their life-saving support. It all starts with measuring, and this survey will provide a needs assessment so we can understand the needs of vital stroke support organizations throughout the United States. If we all share our knowledge and put our brains together, we can fix this. Join us at KnowStroke to get updates and progress reports on this important survey. David Dansero will also report on the survey results in his latest book, Closure After Stroke, to be released this fall.